Hello students, before starting today's video, let me tell you that in this video, basically we will be talking about few activities. DIY means do it yourself activities that is also there in your book that you can do at your home to learn better. Now, before starting today's video, let us revise what we have learnt in the previous video. We all have learnt about the nest, the habitat of different kind of birds and how they make different kinds of nest to lay eggs. Different birds, how much they do the hard work, how much they are different from each other according to their nest and habitat, and how and where they lay eggs. We have learnt much about the letter that was written regarding the different kinds of birds that we see around us. And few questions also I have asked in the video that you were going to write the answer. I hope all you have already written the answers in your EVS copy. In today's video, again I will be asking few more questions that the answer you have to write in your EVS copy. But most importantly, we will be talking about few kind of activity. And also, let me remind you, the next video that we will be doing will be on the activity of bird beak and claws. So, let me start first of all with this riddle that you can see on the screen. Guess what bird it is? The riddle goes like this: a crown on the head and coins on the tail, so many shades of blue from top to tail. Now the clue is given, hint is given, it is our national bird. Now children, tell me which bird it is. There is a crown on the head and coins-like structure on the tail. It has so many shades of blue on its tail, and also it is our national bird. So what is the national bird of India? I think you know the answer. Let me know your answer in the comments, and also you can write this question and answer in your EVS copy also. Now let us start by asking few questions again. Like, do you know any other bird that makes its nest in a tree trunk like the barbet does? Like you already have learnt about the barbet bird who digs a hole in the tree trunk and lays its eggs there. Any other bird which you know do the same thing? You write the answer. If there is any nest inside or around your house, look carefully at it. Remember, do not go too near the nest and do not touch it. If you do, then the bird will not come to the nest again. As I told you, be sensitive towards animals and birds. Do not harm them or do not tease them. Be very polite with them. Do not touch their nest or their eggs. Observe the nest for some days and note down the following things. This you can do by yourself by observing nest. If there is any nest around your house or in your locality, you can do this and note down the following things. Where is the nest made? Like on the tree or in the tree trunk or in a hole or on the stones. Where? Next question, what is the nest made of? Find it out. Is the nest ready or are the birds still making it? Is it a complete nest or is it unfinished nest? Is it the birds are already have made it or it is under progress? Can you recognize which bird has made the nest? Write the name of the bird. What things does the bird bring to the nest? Now, what other things apart from the nest materials the bird brings in? And is there any bird sitting in the nest? You can write all this answer through observation. So this is one observation activity given in your book and it is very interesting. You can fill it up in your book. Okay, space is given. Just write down the answers with pencil. Don't use pen on the book. With pencil, fill out the observation activity. Next question. Do you think there are any eggs in the nest? Can you hear any sound like chee chee from the nest? Like, is there any baby chicks in the nest? If there are chicks in the nest, what do the parent birds bring to them to eat? What are they eating? The chicks. Observe and write. How many times in 1 hour do the birds come to the nest? Like how many times in a day they come to the nest to feed the babies? After how many days did the chicks leave the nest? It means you have to observe that how much time they take to grow up and then to fly. Now make a picture of the nest in your notebook. Again, you can make a picture of the nest with the chicks or however the nest look like, maybe without the chicks. You can draw that picture in your notebook. Now this was one observation activity given in your book and I suggest all of you to do it in the book only with the help of pencil. Fill up all the blank places given to write the answer in your book only. So like that you can observe around you and by observing you will learn so much. You have seen how birds use many different things to make their nest. Now there is another very interesting activity. Listen carefully. Use some of these things and make a nest. Make a small paper bird to put in your nest. Yes, with paper you will make the bird and you can make the nest with so many different things available at your home. Do not buy anything from the shop. Whatever raw material you will get from your home, waste material, anything, you take that and make a nest and make the bird with the help of paper. This is another activity that by making you will get to know how much hard work a bird does to make its home, to make its nest. Next, the bird use the nest only to lay their eggs. After the eggs have hatched and the chicks have grown, they leave the nest. Imagine how it would be if we also have to leave our homes as soon as we learn how to walk and talk. That would be very difficult for all of us. Yes, they do this. These birds leave their nest once the chicks are big enough to fly. After they leave their nest, different kinds of birds live at different places. Some on trees, some near or on water and some on land. Other animals also have different places where they live, like on land, under the ground, in water or on trees. Like we human beings live on the land in different kinds of habitat, like our homes are different. Similarly, the animals also live in different conditions, some on land, some on water, some on tree and so on. Now, let's have a look on another interesting activity that you can do when the school reopen. So let us talk about this so that When the school reopen again, we can do this activity with all of you. You can do it with your friends. Make 3 groups in the class. Each child must draw a picture of an animal and color it. They should then cut each picture out. Then after coloring the animal, you have to cut it out. Then what to do? Children in one group will take the cut out of the picture of the animal that live on land. Okay, that animal who live on land, one group will take the cutout. They should then draw soil, grass and some trees on the chart paper. Stick the picture of the land animal at the correct places of the chart. Like the animals who live on soil, you will paste that, like tiger, elephant, or on the grass. And the animals who live in water like crocodile, etc., you will paste them on that part of the chart paper where you have drawn water. Like that only, the second group that I already have told you will take out the cutout who the animals live in water, and in the water they have to paste the picture. They should then color the paper blue to show water, then also draw water plants, stones, etc. They should then stick the picture of the animal that live in water on the chart. So one group will be completely doing land animal, another group water animal, and the third group will take the cutout of the picture of animal that live on trees, like different kinds of birds, squirrels and so on. One child in the group will draw a big tree on a chart paper and color it. Then all the children in the group must stick their cut out of the picture on the chart paper of their group. Now put up all the 3 charts in your class and discuss about them. So in this way all of you will know that what kind of animal live on land, water and on trees. Like you will have a complete list of animals living in different habitats, different homes of the animal. All the animals are not same, so few will live on land and grass, few will live on water or in water, and few will be living on trees. So this activity, what will you learn? You will learn about different animals and their habitat. Now my question for you is, name few animals who live on land and in water. Also means the animals that live on land and also in water. There are few animals that do so. Let me I will ask this question in the doubt clearing class also, so be ready with your answers. Now here we can see on the screen bird feet, different kind of different needs. Means whatever need we have our body parts for that. Like we human beings, if we want to walk or run, we have our feet. Similarly, bird have their feet, which is also known as claw. Now you can see to swim in water, duck have separate different kind of feet. Similarly, to hold the tree branches, the bird who can fly high, they have different kind of claws and different kind of feet, I can say. To catch the prey, what it hunt, the hunting birds like eagle, they have different kinds of feet, different kind of claw. Similarly, to climb the trees, to walk on the land, they have different kinds of feet, or we can say claw. Now apart from this, let me tell you that one more video I will be doing on bird claw and bird beaks and how they are different and why they are different. So in that video we will be discussing about it also. Now here the bird beaks according to their food, like the carnivorous, the omnivorous or the vegetarian birds have different kinds of beaks. Like to tear and eat the meat, this eagle or vulture have this kind of beak. It is easy for them to tear and eat the meat. To make holes in the wood and tree trunks, this kind of woodpecker have long elongated kind of beak. To suck nectar from the flowers, this hummingbird beak, you can see it will be easier for him to suck nectar from the flower. To find insect and worms from mud and shallow water, this bird have such long kind of needle-like beaks. To break and crush the seed, this bird have a separate kind of beak. You can look at the picture and you can understand why their beaks are different, because their eating habits are different. Their food is different with each other. And lastly, the crow's beak you can see. Now next is animal teeth. Now there are few facts that when you will learn, you will be amazed about the animal teeth. You have seen the animals have different type of teeth. Similarly, like birds' beak. Birds' beaks are also different because their eating habits are different. Their food that they eat are different. Similarly, animals also have different types of teeth according to their eating habits. Like cows have short front teeth for snipping grass. The teeth on the sides are large and flat for chewing the grass. As cow is a grass-eating animal, it is vegetarian. That's why its teeth is like this. Cats have sharp teeth for tearing and cutting meat. Cat also eat meat, fishes, etc. So it have sharp teeth. Snakes have sharp curved teeth, but they do not chew their prey. Snakes always swallow their food whole. Snakes have also curved and sharp teeth, and the front both teeth. Sometimes few snakes have poison also, but snake actually swallow its food. It doesn't chew. Squirrel front teeth keep growing throughout their life. They have to keep gnawing on things to keep their teeth from becoming too long. Means it have to continuously eat on some solid food so that it can avoid the growth of its frontal teeth, because squirrel teeth can grow its whole life, so that it have to chew on some solid food continuously. Now next activity, this you can do in your book with the help of pencil. Use pencil. Find out about your own teeth and write. You all know your own teeth design and how your teeth are, how many teeth you have in your mouth. You can answer it by yourself. Your age, how many teeth do you have? Have any of your teeth fallen or broken? How many? How many new teeth do you have? How many of your milk teeth have fallen, but no new teeth have come in their place? Find out more about teeth, like look at your friend's teeth. Are any difference with your teeth? Draw one front tooth and one back tooth in your notebook. Can you see any difference between these teeth? Yes, the front teeth and the back teeth, or you can say the frontal tooth and the back tooth are different from each other, and their shape, size and also their functions are also different. Similarly, now the next activity is also about teeth. If you did not have front teeth, both top and bottom, how would you eat a guava? Act and show how. Now this acting and showing can be done when the school reopen. Apart from that, the answer that you can write in your book, you can write it by using pencil. You have your front teeth but no teeth at the back. Someone give you a roti. Show how would you eat it. Again, this one is also dramatics, means acting. Then again we will do it when the school reopens. You do not have any teeth in your mouth. What kind of things would you be able to eat? If there is no teeth in your mouth, what kinds of food will you eat? Draw a picture in your notebook. How would you look if you had no teeth? Like you have seen few old people who doesn't have teeth. How do they look like? You can draw it and find out from old people who do not have teeth what are the kind of things that they cannot eat. You can ask your grandmother, grandfather or anyone in your neighborhood who are old enough that they do not have teeth in their mouth. Ask them what kind of food they cannot eat and what kind of food they can eat. And also draw a picture of a bird commonly seen in your area. Label this body part also. If you can do it, you can do the space given in the box that you can see. It is there in your book also. So you can do it nicely using pencil only, because you are going to use pencil in the book. I hope all of you have learned something from this video. I will be showing the next activity about the bird's beak and its claws in the next video. Until then, stay safe, study hard. See you in the next video, children.